Hi everyone. Today I'll be talking about natural language query to SQL generation using Azure OpenAI. Uh, Here in this demo, I'll be showcasing that how we can leverage a GPT 4 model. In this case, that's what I'm using to use to convert natural language queries from users into Dataverse SQL queries, which can be run across the Dataverse TDS endpoint. Okay. So for this demo, I have a model deployment GPT-4 in my Azure OpenAI Studio, which I'll be using. Now, the way that I have prepared this demo is I'm going to use a console application, and I have written my code in C# to using the Azure OpenAI SDK. So here a couple of things. If you're not aware of the SDK, you get something called as a chat client, using which you make the SDK calls to the OpenAI, where you need to supply the deployment name, the key, and the endpoint. And that's how you instantiate your chat client. And then once you do that, there are two basic concepts when you talk about system or messages to the chat client. There's one thing called as a system message and another as a user message. So if you see my screen, there's something called as a system chat message that I instantiate. Here you give instructions to the deployment model what you want them to perform. So here I'm giving basic instructions to the model that, yeah, you are a SQL assistant who will be looking at the user query and then looking at the synonyms data. I'll talk about what synonym data is, but you are a SQL assistant looking at the data query. You will have to generate a SQL query for me. Some basic instructions, like if the user is asking you to generate any update delete statements, don't generate that, because that's a like a safeguarding I'm doing on my end. Then basic like row limits, something how much I want it to return, like that basic knowledge I'm providing it to the model, that yeah, if it is a list column or a lookup column, when you do select, I would want the name of it in the result set. So those kind of basic instructions I'm giving as a system message, and the actual user message needs to be sent as a user message, user chat message to the chat client. So here now let me talk about maybe a minute about the synonyms JSON. So here what I'm doing is I'm creating a JSON structure wherein this JSON structure contains list of entities. So here if you see, I have for at the moment 4 entities: account, opportunity, contact, and system user maybe. So here I'm just telling that, yeah, this is the table. What are the synonyms of the table? Then what are the columns for each column? What's the column name? What the synonym can be? What's the data type of that column? So because yeah, name can be account name. User can say, give me account name, right? But that on the Dataverse side, we know what it is. So that helps the model to generate the SQL queries in a more accurate manner. So yeah, I mean, this you can follow your own structure. I have followed this like a JSON array within that table and within that columns and such like that. So once we have the synonyms JSON, what I'm doing is I'm doing prompt engineering. I'm constructing the prompt in a manner that, yeah, you have a user query, you have a schema and synonym information from the JSON, and then sending this query to the OpenAI. So let's see a live demo of that. So here I have, maybe I can send again, but I have given a query to the command that give me all opportunities where related account is Nike. Okay, so here it went ahead and you can see this is the query that it has generated: select top opportunity. So it has understood that there is a relation between opportunity and account, what the relationship join condition should be, and then what the where condition should be. So yeah, it has generated the query for me, and then I can use it to run across the TDS endpoint and get the results out back. So yeah, that was a quick demo on how we can use natural language query to SQL generation from Azure OpenAI. Thank you so much.